Hello guys, and welcome to my... Well, I did do a video a couple of days ago, but that was a bit random. Like, I don't really know why I did that. I think I just felt like I needed to because I hadn't been active for quite a while. So welcome to what is technically my first video of 2018. So yes, I was just bored, and I thought I might as well do a video talking about the upcoming 2018 F1 season, since that's what I normally do. I don't think I did it with last year's one, or maybe I did. Can't remember. But yes, so just quickly summarise 2017, the season. It was okay. I did like it, and you know the season-long-ish battle between Mercedes and Ferrari was nice to watch when it was good. Although, me being a Ferrari fan, as I'm sure you know if you watched it, they completely, utterly fucked up the second half of the season, Ferrari. I mean, it was just an utter disaster from Singapore onwards, basically. Even from Monza, like, it was just crap. They only scored one win in Brazil, and let's be honest, that was probably only because Hamilton crashed out in qualifying. But yeah, no, I did. I liked it. It was pretty good. And there are going to be a few changes for this year, a couple of which have caused quite a fair bit of controversy, it's fair to say, so I will obviously talk about that, and my opinions, obviously. So yeah, I don't want to rabble on for too much, so because I want to keep this quite quick, so let's get started. So, obviously, the main change which is happening is the introduction of the Halo cockpit protection system, or device if you want to call it that. I'm sure you have all seen what it will look like, what it is and what it does. I'm going to put my opinion across right from the get-go because I do not mind the look of it, and even me saying that often is not gone down too well with many people, but honestly, I don't. I think hopefully it's something that everyone who's saying that it looks awful, it's going to ruin the sport, it isn't going to ruin the sport. Hopefully their opinion will change, because I got used to it quite quickly ever since they started testing it in 2016, I think it was. Yeah, it was early 2016 they started testing it. So I think that everybody who's saying that it's going to cause more danger than it is going to protect people is talking utter nonsense. They don't know that. The FIA, as much as people don't want to believe it, they do test these things. They've been testing the Halo for a while, alongside other ones such as the Aero Screen, which Red Bull run, and the shield sort of system that I think Ferrari tried out, which neither of them, according to the FIA in crash testing, were as effective as the Halo, and also the drivers had complained about them, whereas the drivers say that the visibility from the Halo is fine compared to, the Aero Screen and whatnot. And yeah, it protects them. So I honestly do not understand why so many people are against it. Yes, I agree that it's not pretty, but I don't think it's hideous. And also, I do kind of get the arguments that it ruins the DNA of the sport, but sport's dangerous, and I think, honestly, if something's going to increase the protection for the drivers, but is not going to affect the racing, I'm all for it, and I believe the Halo is, going to do that. So, I'm very much on the side of liking it. I don't dislike it. So, apart from that, another big change is the introduction of, I think, 2 new types of tyres, the Super Hards and the Hyper Softs. I'll be honest, when I first heard this, I was very confused, as a lot of people were, as to why Pirelli did this. Because to me, it was just confusing. Because they're now going to have 7 sets of hard compounds, plus the 2 wet tyres, so it's going to be 9 compounds of tyres. But Pirelli were quick to say that they're not going to bring every single set of dry compound to every track. That won't make any sense. The teams will choose 2 or 3 sets, I think it's 3 sets, of tyres for each track as they normally would do. Well, what I meant is Pirelli will select them and then the teams can choose which ones they want. Which makes more sense, but yeah, I still don't really think that you need at least the super hards. Why do you need super hards? The hard compound was not used at all last year after Spain, I don't think. The teams just didn't use them because the tyres last year were hard enough as it is, so the hard compound was useless basically. So it's interesting to see that they've done that, and yeah, I will be very, very interested to see how that plays out. So yeah, those are the 2 things that have caused controversy. Oh, I know you forgot. There's another thing that's caused controversy. Obviously, the new F1 logo, which came out. You can actually see there. Don't call that. That's just bleach. They've got on my shirt that old F1 logo. There's a new one, which is fine. It's fine. Once again, I do not mind it. I did not like this old logo actually that much. I don't really like this one the new one anymore. But once again, I don't mind it. I think as long as it doesn't as long as it doesn't detract fans away from the sport, as long as it brings more fans in, which I think is what they were aiming for, it'll be a good thing. I don't mind the new logo. I think, we've had that old one for so long that time for a change. Things change. People just have to accept that. I've accepted it, so there you go. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Obviously, there's a couple more things like, the shark fin was going to be and the T-wings were going to be ditched for this year after spectators or audiences complained about the look of them. Once again, I didn't mind them. But I think they're still going to be in, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure, but if they are still in, I don't mind them. Once again, I actually quite like the shark fins. I think it looks quite cool and quite space-agey almost. The T-wings, I get why they're there, obviously for aero advantage, so I can appreciate them in that sense, but they're not pretty. But as I say, once again, I'm not against them. So anything else I've missed? There will be a couple more things, like the teams are now going to have 3 engines for the whole season rather than 4. I can only imagine it's for cost cutting, because otherwise I don't see why the FIA have decided to do that. Because as I'm sure you all remember, Honda especially, and even the likes of Renault and Ferrari and Mercedes struggled enough with the 4 engines per year. So it's now going to be 3, which means it's going to cause even more controversies. And then that brings us into the thing of grid penalties, because last year it got so ridiculous that I think at one point, was it Stoffel Van Dorn, I think in Spa, had like an 85 or something like that grid penalty, which was just fucking ridiculous. He might as well have just started back at Blanchimont. It was so stupid. So they have changed that so that I think now if you get over a certain amount of grid penalties, I think it's 15, if you get that or more, you will automatically go to the back of the grid, regardless of how many you get. Which does make it a bit easier to understand, but I still think that it is a bit silly, really, because, a driver could do really well, get it on pole or the front couple of rows, and then have to change his engine or gearbox, something like that, and then just go to the back. It's a bit silly, I think, anyway. But honestly, I think that's it, really. I mean, I am looking forward to it. I think that hopefully the action increases. It's not any worse. I certainly hope it won't be anyway. I guess I may as well talk about what I think, how the teams are going to do for 2018. Well, I think Mercedes, they're going to stay at the front. There is no way I can see that they're going to fall behind. Surely that if they do fall back, it's only going to be like maybe to the second or third best team. I can't see them falling any further back than third, as I just said. But I think most likely they are going to stay at the top. Ferrari, hopefully, as me being a Ferrari fan, and if last season's anything to go by, they will again be very close, if not matching them, or maybe even beating them, in my dreams. But yeah, I do hope that battle can continue. I also hope that Red Bull can start off the season well, so that they can be in the fight at the very start. And that brings on to McLaren, who now have Renault engines as well. So, considering that I said last year that I thought the McLaren chassis was as good as a Red Bull's, and they now have the same engine, I'm willing to say that I think McLaren should hopefully be on a similar level. So that's going to be sort of like third or fourth best team. As long as they can finally score consistent points and a podium maybe here and there, or maybe even a win, as long as they're back up to where they should be at the front, then it's good. Who else? So, yeah, then we come to midfield winners like Williams, Force India, Toro Rosso, Renault, Haas, Force India. I'm not sure. I think... what do I think? I don't know. I'm willing to wait out and just see how it all plays out, because last year it was so closely matched between them all that... yeah, I don't know. All I will say is I think that Sauber is also going to be in the mix, hopefully, because they now have this year's Ferrari engine, whereas last year they used excuse me, whereas last year they used the 2016 one, and they have also now tied up with Alfa Romeo, which I'm sure you've all heard of as well. So hopefully that's going to bring investment. And as I say, the fact they have the newer spec engine, hopefully they will be in the mix too, so that we don't have a backmarker team, if you like. And I suppose I should talk about Toro Rosso, because they now have a Honda engine. I don't know. I think... I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes for them. Hopefully Honda get their shit together finally after three years. But yeah, if they don't, then Toro Rosso is going to struggle. Simple as that. But as I say, I do hope that they don't, and that Honda can get their act together and also work with Toro Rosso to produce a good car. I hope, because I think that Pierre Gasly and also Brendan Hartley didn't really get to show off their potential after they joined late on last year. So with their respective first full F1 seasons, hopefully they get to show what they can do with that car. Right, I think 14 minutes is good enough, or long enough, I should say, for this video. But yeah, just quickly summarise. Hopefully 2018 will be good. About, introduction to Halo and whatnot, I don't mind about that. I think that hopefully it will be something that all of us can get used to quite quickly, and then just let the racing hopefully be good. Yeah, that's it really. So thank you all for watching. There may be another video coming up pretty soon, but I'm going to decide whether it's worth me making it or not, because it's about a topic that's close to me, but you guys might not be too sure about. I don't know. I might make that video. If not, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.